Hello, it's a while since I made a video for YouTube, so I decided to get the tablet out and share something with you. And it's something actually from what I was reading in my daily readings today. I've been reading the book of Deuteronomy bit by bit, and I read something in chapter 22 today, and it stood out to me, and I was going to read it to you. It's chapter 22 of Deuteronomy, and it's verse 8. When you build a new house, you shall make a parapet for your roof, so that you will not bring blood guilt on your house if anyone falls from it. Why would I share that particular verse with you? In fact, the whole of chapter 22 is a really good chapter. You should read it. There's some really good advice in there in Deuteronomy. But this particular verse jumped out at me, partly because it reminded me of when I was a young lad back in 1966, a famous summer for football fans. And my father and mother decided to move house. We lived in Pettswood. They were going to move to another house in Pettswood. And this house had a flat roof, which was quite exotic, really. It was built on a kind of Spanishy style. I don't know, just, a little bit avant-garde, I suppose. And we liked it straight away. We were moving in the summer, and we thought we could go up on the flat roof and sunbathe and stuff like that. Well, autumn, we didn't do that, and autumn came in, and very soon we realised the perils of having a flat roof was partly that the rain might come in, and it started to come in through the hatch that you'd go through to get up onto the roof when the autumn rain started. And I remember one particular night when it was very heavy rain, and it was pouring in through this hatch, and my mum and dad put pots around on the landing to collect the water. And I can remember my father mumbling, probably not quite mumbling, but shouting, "Why did I buy this house?" Well, we lived there for 11 years, and I think he said that every winter when it was raining, because it leaked the whole time we were there. But there were advantages, because actually each summer we did get our courage, and we would get a ladder, push up through the hatch, and go up onto the roof, and we would watch the Biggin Air Fair. We would sunbathe, but I remember being very nervous up there, because and my parents were very nervous of us being up there too, because there was no parapet wall on the edge of the roof. It's simply a flat roof, and then that was it. There was the edge, and if you could fall off it very easily. So we stayed in the middle of the roof. We didn't get too near the edge. And we didn't go up very often. My dad didn't really like us being up there. But I was reading this reading, and it reminded me of that. And I was thinking about church life, and how church life is a bit like gathering on a flat roof. If you imagine having a party up on that flat roof, you'd be petrified that someone near the edge would fall off, and you'd have to keep an eye on everyone and what have you. And sometimes being in a church, being a pastor of a church, can feel like that. You're watching everyone. You're hoping they're all okay. They're all safe and enjoying life and what have you. And you can worry about them an awful lot. But the thing is about the parapet wall, is that it wasn't a really big high wall to keep everyone in and block out the light. It was just a small wall to show people the edges, to show people where the danger was. And the equivalent in church life is really setting some boundaries for people, so that they feel more secure, they feel safer in that church environment. Some people on the edge of church who are not quite part of it or whatever might, you might want them to feel a bit safer for being at the edge. And the way we do that, the way we build that wall, is not with lots of rules and regulations, which is the equivalent of a high wall. The way we do that really is to love people and to care for people and to stay in contact, so that they feel secure, that there's someone there, there's someone holding them. And there's a sense of mutual accountability in that as well. One looking after another, looking after another. It's not just the leader's role in the church to do that, it's everybody's role. It's everybody's role to build that parapet, to build that sense of security, not hemming people in, but letting them know it's there, their love, their care, their support. So during these days of COVID, I feel that that's been a good thing in our fellowship and many fellowships that I've heard about, that people are looking out for one another, people are discipling one another, people are encouraging each other to look to Jesus, to not run around trying to find ways of dealing with this problem, but to have faith and to believe that God has us, that He is the ultimate parapet wall around us, and gives us that sense of security. So in this time, in these difficult times, I pray that you would know that security of the Lord and of one another. Bye for now.